check this out, we are back on the main village inside of COC, and welcome my friends to a new episode on the channel. So just before we get ourselves into today's video, a quick announcement to make. The next episode uploaded onto the channel is going to be a Q&A, a face cam, and a giveaway. So what I want you, my subscribers, to do is let me know down below in that comment section some really cool, really quirky questions. Now the Q&A is going to be related to the next update, guys, so I want the questions to be update related. Tony, do you think there's going to be some new troops? What do you think is going to be added to Builders Hall 7? Do you think the update is going to be this month? I don't know. Anything you have on your mind, let me know down below in that comment section, guys. All I'm going to say is, if you are as excited as I am for this update to drop, make sure you smash a like on the video. Can we get 10,000 likes? That would be awesome. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Join the family. Over 2 million subscribers, guys. But let's do this. Let's get ourselves into the episode. So, COC is officially 5 years old. We're currently celebrating the Clash of Clans 5th year anniversary, otherwise known as Clashiversary, guys. But if you think back over the last 5 years, there have been some moments which changed the game forever, and we're about to list 9 of them right now inside of this episode. This is your disclaimer. There is no particular order, guys. These are just going to be given at random. Sit back, relax. Let's get ourselves into the episode. Okay, so we're actually going to start with a weird one. So, who remembers back in early 2015, air attacks were seen as so overpowered and Supercell had a real problem on their hands? How can you balance air attacks and ground attacks to make it a fair battleground? Well, no one knew what they were going to do, guys. There were speculations of an extra air defense, but little did we know Supercell had a secret weapon up its sleeve. The Air Sweeper. Yes, that is it, my friends. The Air Sweeper, aka the Leaf Blower, is possibly one of the single buildings on the entire map which changed the history and the future of this game forever. When it was introduced in 2015, every single person in the COC community loved to hate it. There wasn't a single person who liked it. Everyone was moaning, but years later you look at it now and it's kind of part of the furniture. You don't even notice it's there. And not only do we have one, some players have two, depending on your town hall level, guys. But if you agree with me, leave a like on the video. Do you think that the Air Sweeper changed air attacks forever? So moving on, let's keep going, guys, and let's get ourselves into another weird one. So who remembers in 2015 when the bowler was introduced into the game? I'm not gonna lie to you, I remember the exact day and I thought it was the worst troop we had ever seen. And I wasn't the only person who thought that, guys. The entire community pretty much thought that it was way too underpowered. Well, Supercell decided to leave it for about 8 weeks, and then all of a sudden, we came to September of 2015, and the bowler received an OP update like we have never seen before. This troop was buffed, and when they buffed it, it became single-handedly the most overused troop we have ever seen, guys. It was more used than witches, it was more used than balloons, and to this day, right now, I personally think that the bowler at Town Hall 10 and Town Hall 11 is the most used troop in the game. I wouldn't say it's overpowered, guys. I would say it's balanced perfectly. So Supercell, if you're watching, don't change it. The bowler is perfect. It's perhaps one of the only troops in the game which is actually spot on. It's not overpowered. It's not underpowered. It moves, you know, really well. It has a great AI, and overall, I think the bowler is one of the coolest troops to ever be seen on that battlefield, guys. But it is without a doubt that the bowler, which was buffed in September of 2015, changed the future and the history of COC forever. So far we have given you 2 things which changed the history of the game forever, and both of them have been in 2015. So why don't we just keep on going with 2015 and then maybe find ourselves in another year. So who remembers, I'm sure everyone remembers this, the introduction of Town Hall Level 11, guys. The intro of Town Hall 11 actually came at the end of November in 2015, guys, and of course, this brought a whole new life to the game. Everyone was excited. There was a new hero. There was a new defense called the Eagle Artillery, which when first released actually fired very different to how it does right now, guys. The Grand Warden has always had 20 levels. He hasn't been increased. But just the introduction of Town Hall 11 saw the possibility that the game could keep on growing, guys. And that was almost 2 years ago. It's almost been 2 years since Town Hall 11 has been introduced. And if you are not subscribed to my channel, a really cool fact for you guys, I am a 100% maxed out Town Hall 11. I just maxed my base about 4 weeks ago, and I've been playing over 3 years now, so it's taken me 2 years, because I was Town Hall 11 pretty much the month it came out. It took me 2 years to go from Town Hall 11 to Max Town Hall 11. So if you're just turning Town Hall 11 right now, do not worry, do not fear. You still have a lot of upgrades to do before you max your base. So we're going to move on to the next one, guys, and I'm not actually quite sure when this was released inside of the game, but who remembers the introduction of Legends League? Now, the first Legend League player was a guy from the United Arab Emirates, but it actually took over a season for someone to hit Legends League. It was released, and no one hit it that season, so it took well over a season for someone to hit it, but the whole community was watching to see who was going to be the world's first 5,000 trophy player, guys. As I said, it was a dude from the United Arab Emirates. Shout out to him. I can't remember what his name was. Let me know down below in that comment section if you remember. But Supercell noticed this dude was the first player to hit Legends League, and I actually commiserated him on social media, so that was pretty awesome, guys. But yeah, that was a great moment for the history of the game, introducing a new league. 5,000 trophies. I think it's time to introduce another one, definitely, guys. You've got players soaring to 6,600 cups now. Legends League is 5,000. Maybe we need Legends 1 and 2 and 3. I don't know. Your opinions, let me know, guys. As I said, I'll try to respond to as many people as I can. But let's keep this going. Let's move on to the next one. So, back in 2015, once again 2015, it looks like this was a very big year for the game. Just before Town Hall 11 was introduced, there was a max capacity of 8 million golden elixir, which could be held inside of your base, guys. But currently, to this date, you can now hold 10 million gold, 10 million elixir, and also some loot inside of your CC, your treasury. So why is this a big moment for the history of the game, guys? Well, basically, it allowed players like me, who used to farm loads, to farm for longer and actually keep playing the game, guys. Because you'll know as well as I do, especially at the lower Town Hall levels, it's really easy to farm loot, guys, but you've only got a limited amount of builders, so you can only spend so much. So what happens when you want to keep playing, but you've got no builders free? Nothing. You're going to just have to, you know, suck it up, and you won't really get any loot because your storages are already maxed out. So it was awesome when Supercell increased the storages from 8 million to 10 million, and also introduced the actual treasury to our CCs. It pretty much just allowed, you know, hardcore farmers, even trophy pushers, even war players to just keep on playing, keep upgrading, and, you know, make more loot than ever before. So for me personally, I think it was really one of the biggest changes we've seen in the history, and it literally warped the future. The future of the game was changed. It allows people to do upgrades quicker and keep playing the game for longer. Moving swiftly on to another feature which changed the history of the game forever, guys. When we think back to spells, what pops into your mind? For me, it's got to be the Dark Elixir Spell Factory, introduced now a couple of years ago. And it's kind of sad to think, guys, there's only a couple of Dark Elixir spells. You got the Haste Spell, the Poison Spell, the Skeleton Spell, and the Earthquake Spell. Is it just 4? Is that all we've got? 4 spells? Yeah, I think it's just 4, guys. Let me know if I'm missing one. I can't remember. But it's sad because, you know, the Elixir spells have a lot more. We haven't really got too many Dark Elixir spells. It would be cool if we could get something which is, you know, worth using. Not something like the Boom spell, that just sucks really bad, guys. But the Dark Elixir Spell Factory, not only did it obviously, you know, introduce new spells like the Earthquake spells, which a lot of players use, even the Poison spell used every single battle pretty much by most players. But it also increased the spell capacity from 10 to 11, so not only did it add new spells, it also increased the amount of spells we can bring into battle, once again changing the history of the game, warping the future, and that is what we know to this day, guys. 11 housing spaces at Town Hall level 11, and of course you've got an additional one inside of your CC, which at Town Hall 11 is actually 2 housing spaces, guys, so it increases from 11 to 13. So, if you've made it this far into the episode so far, please let me know down below in that comment section, what moment do you think really changed the history of the game? If you could choose one moment, guys, it doesn't have to be any of these ones I'm mentioning. Let me know one down below in that comment section, and if you've got any really cool video ideas, feel free to email me, guys. There is an email in the description box down below the video. Email me anything really cool. And I try to respond to as many people as I can, but I do get hundreds of emails daily, guys, so please be aware I can't respond to every single person. So let's move on to another one, guys. What about the Friendly Challenge? This was one of the most recent introductions. It's still been a while since it's been in the game, but the Friendly Challenge, why is this awesome? Why does this, you know, a mark of history, and how did it change the future? Well, one thing people have got to understand is there are farmers, there are trophy pushers, and there are war veterans. Just because you want one of those three things doesn't mean there isn't a community which is really heavily focused on them. So Supercell has to ensure that farmers, trophy pushers, and war veterans are each, accumulated for. They each need updates, they each need things to focus on, and every single one of those players needs to be happy. So when friendly challenges were introduced into the game, it really didn't do anything for farmers. It done something for trophy pushers, but it done a lot for war people who love to war, just like myself, guys. And the reason why, you can practice on your friends' bases, you can make different base designs, and just overall, it offers that little something extra, which COC obviously has over its competitors, guys. But as I said, war, trophy pushing, farming, no matter which one you're in, Supercell has to accommodate all three. And of course, that leads us to 2017, guys. The Builder's Base, introduced not long ago. The Builder's Base is perhaps one of the brightest, one of the brightest things that Supercell has for the future of the game, guys. It pretty much introduced a whole new world, and it has such vast possibilities. I don't think Supercell has even touched on what could be achieved inside of the Builder's Base. You know what? The Builder's Base is unbelievable, guys, because it's only just been released. It already looks quite promising. It's only at Builders Hall 6. It's very low. It's very new. It's like a baby which can be crafted. It's kind of like a blank canvas. Supercell can do anything they want with it. They've just got to make sure they do the right thing. So I'm hoping, I really am rooting that the Builders Base takes this game to the whole new level for the next couple of years, and hopefully it lasts another 5 years. But let's get ourselves into number 9, guys. Something which changed the game forever was the banning of players who cheated. So who remembers all those external devices, all those external apps? I can't even remember what one of them was called, but one of them was globally used, and it used to let you see where all the traps and stuff were. Who remembers that, guys? It was awesome that Supercell finally, after battling for years, managed to ban all those players. And to be honest with you, I think they banned millions. I genuinely think millions of players were banned. I remember everyone used to think I was a cheater, and then Supercell ended up banning everyone and I didn't get banned, so then that proved that I never used, and I never have ever cheated in this game, guys. So let me know down below in that comment section, out of these 9, which one's your favorite? Do you have any extras to add? As I said, feel free to email me. Email in the description box down below the video, guys. Leave a like if you made it all the way to the end. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. Stay tuned. Hopefully, fingers crossed, there will be an update or at least some news coming out shortly. I'll see you soon. Peace out.